Well. So, I gotta boil some water for my tea before I go to sleep. So, I was gonna watch this anyways. I don't know if I should make a new channel for this, for like reacting to body cams, but this is the type of shit that I like to watch because this shit is raw, it's uncut, it's reality. So, this is the type of shit that I like to watch, but I'm about to record this video since I was gonna watch it anyways.
A neighbor reported hearing a woman scream while an armed man assaulted her. Police rushed in, trying to get her out.
Can you see anything?
St. Paul police, show your hands! Show your hands! Hey!
Just after midnight on January 6th, a neighbor called 911 from Thomas Avenue in St. Paul, reporting a woman screaming, being beaten and sexually assaulted by a man inside an apartment. He said he heard thumping, crying.
This is why I always say, you should have a fucking gun. You should have a gun. You, especially if you're a woman watching this, you should 100% carry a gun. There's bad people in this world. There's bad people in this world. And if you don't have anything to protect yourself and you're relying on calling somebody with a gun to come and handle your problem, and it might take them 3 minutes, even 3 minutes is too late. For motherfuckers trying to hurt you, you know, especially for women, if a motherfucker's trying to get into your crib and do some type of shit, right? You're waiting 3 minutes while this motherfucker's gonna take 30 seconds to do whatever it is that he gotta do, and you're defenseless. But when you got that thing on you, well, you can handle it yourself. You know what I mean? The number one rule of this earth is to survive. It's in nature. Look at when the lion is trying to eat the gazelle, what does it do? The motherfucker tries to survive, right? Because that's the very first rule, is to survive. So you need to get yourself a motherfucking gun.
And saw what looked like a black handgun in the man's backpack. Multiple St. Paul police officers urgently respond to the area.
Zeta's calling. He's now beating females, such as sexually.
A police's job is so damn crazy. Like you don't even know what the fuck is gonna happen. You just show up to work and you deal with fucking crackheads. Shout out to DJ Ghost. That motherfucker be saying that shit all the time because it's true. It's true. You literally just show up to work and just whatever happens, right? You can get into a shooting. You could end up, out of here, out of this earth. You could, literally the possibilities are endless.
Now screaming at each other. Female crying now, screaming again. Yes, West on Thomas. One block, or just past the window.
On Thomas?
And 121 First Road just left in Thomas. Looks like there's no previous history for appropriate number 1.
464, I don't know where it is.
3 more blocks.
Oh.
Right here. Sorry. Right here. It was 3 blocks past where we turned.
464.
Yeah. Apartment 1.
You on?
Yeah.
Your incident has been updated.
It must be that.
Our coverage is made possible by Morgan & Morgan. If you've been serious...
That boy Morgan & Morgan is a hustler for real. I just saw a reel that he's a motherfucking billionaire. Seems cool as shit too.
Your incident has been updated.
Yep, they're downstairs. He's leaving. I'm gonna go to the back.
They went out back. Hey, did you call?
No, I was just saying it's not me involved.
You hear what's going on?
I just heard someone.
What apartment? Is there another door to that apartment? That's the only one? Okay.
This person moved out yesterday.
Okay.
She's capping. Wait.
Hey, Josh. Josh! Is there no other point of exit?
There's a door back here to the building.
But this is the only door they can exit out of.
Yeah. What?
And another thing about owning a gun, it's like people who buy a gun and they leave it at home, that is the dumbest shit you could do. First of all, someone could come in your place and steal it, right? But most importantly, when you own a gun and you carry it every day, it's not for you to be leaving it at the crib whenever you feel like it, whenever you think it's most convenient. You're like, oh, today I'm just gonna go to the gas station real quick. I'll just leave it. I'm just gonna go here real quick. I'm just gonna leave it, right? That is the dumbest shit you could do because you don't plan when it happens. It's like thinking of, oh, I'll put on my seatbelt whenever I want to put on my seatbelt. You don't plan when the crash happens. You put on the seatbelt, not paranoid that it's going to happen, but simply just prepared, ready for any situation, anything that the day brings, right? Because you could walk out to the gas station and some shit could pop off, right? We're literally living amongst fucking people who are psychotic. There's people in this world who are psychotic and they're going through shit in life. They're going through problems, right? And one day they could just snap, right? And you're just at the grocery store. Oh, but I left it at the crib, It's not so important today, right? Like you're just planning the day. Like you're just... Basically what you're saying is, I'm going to put it on my schedule what days something might happen. That is the dumbest shit ever. Oh, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., I'm going to have it on me. But 6 p.m. to 10, I'm at home. I changed. I put on my pajamas. So, I'm just going to run to the store real quick. No, that's stupid. I'm going to check on this water real quick. 1 second.
No other point of exit.
You're useless back there.
Where's the point?
There's right there. You see anything in that window? You saw 2 people walking around.
It's this window right here.
I started spilling boiling water while I'm moving the fucking pan all over the floor. Holy shit, I almost burned myself again.
Hey, can you see anything? It's this window right here. Can you see anything?
Thank you. Where's their apartment?
Only the windows and this door. We saw 2 people in there.
St. Paul police, open the door!
Motherfuckers are not there to play. Bro, when I'm telling you, oh my goodness. This was literally New Year's. On New Year's, me and my girl at the time, we were about to go out, right? We were about to go meet with my parents. And we're over here, about to leave the crib. And as soon as we're walking to the door, all I hear is boom, 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 boom. Like, louder than the motherfucking cops. I was like, either this is the police or some motherfuckers trying to rob, right? And I pulled out the motherfucking, what? And I walked over there and looked through the fucking peephole. There was nobody. And I was like, okay, because I could see through the fucking hall that there's nobody. So clearly whoever it is fucking moved, relocated. So I went out to my back porch and I opened the door, right? The chick that I was with at the time fucking went into the room and she put herself into a fucking armadillo pose. That's how scared she was. Like, they banged loud as fuck. And I opened the fucking porch and I see the only people I see in the whole parking lot, right? Because I went outside and I checked the stairs. There was nobody. No one down the hall. So I'm like, okay, then they have to be in the parking lot, whoever it was, right? And I opened the porch And I go back there, and I'm like, I see two kids. They're like probably like 13 or 12, and they're walking. And I'm like, hey, hey! And I'm like trying to get their attention, you know, to check them. And these motherfuckers literally, they turn around. No, they don't turn around. And that's literally how I know it was them. So it was probably some little kids fucking ding-dong ditching. And listen, I used to ding-dong ditch as a kid too. But what the fuck was that? Them motherfuckers knocked harder than the SWAT team. Like, I have fucking imprints of knuckles on my door. These motherfuckers, like, what kind of ding-dong ditch is that? That shit was crazy, bro. I literally, I was so pissed. I went around the entire fucking apartment complex like 3 or 4 times trying to just find the motherfuckers. Because I was like, bro, are these motherfuckers serious? Like, you don't play games like that. Come to someone's fucking door and just start banging on it.
Show your hands.
Oh, shit.
Come on out.
It's about to get cracking.
Come on out. Come on out.
Come out, bitch.
Show your hands. Show your hands. St. Paul Police, show your hands.
You see him? Give me weapons.
Show your hands. Show your hands. St. Paul Police, show your hands. St. Paul Police, show your hands.
Hey, can one of you guys go? That's
Shit.
No. St. Paul Police, show your hands and slowly walk out of the room.
What the fuck happened?
Show your hands! Hey! He got some!
Oh shit.
Show your hands! Hey! He got some!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Motherfucker want to play stupid games?
Incident has been updated.
Copy. 178, we got shots fired. Copy.
If as a man, as a grown man, right? You don't own a gun. You don't, like, even if you're, you know, single, right? Let's just say you're single, but let's say you're living with your girl, with your woman, with your kids, and if a situation comes down where it's not even about being afraid of the other person, it's about what if they have a weapon, right? And they come into your crib and now you're at a disadvantage because you have nothing. And all you can do is just call the police and call another man to come handle your problem. That is like the weakest shit you could do as a man. That's why every man should own a gun. You should keep it in your crib at all times. Doesn't matter if you're in the fucking bathroom. Shit, I think that's the most vulnerable place that you could be. In the bathroom. Why wouldn't you keep it right next to you? Right? Like, a lot of people think that this is just shit that doesn't happen, you know? And if you go right now to the jail in your county and you click on arrest and arrest records, you can literally scroll. In one day, it'll be a whole bunch of people. Whole bunch of people. So that's proof that this shit happens in the world. But you think you're just a lucky person that it could never happen to you, right? Come on, dog.
Shots fired. 464 Thomas.
The suspect, later identified as Brett Cole Fraser, dashed out of the apartment and charged at Officer Needham with his cell phone in his hand. Needham fired 3 shots, striking Fraser once in the arm. The injury wasn't fatal, but he lost consciousness shortly after the shot was fired. When he woke up, he was already in the back of an ambulance. Medics had rushed him to Regions Hospital in St. Paul for treatment. With the scene secured, police began their investigation and interviewed the female victim to uncover what had happened inside the apartment.
I know you are, and I'm sure you're super frustrated.
Guys, I just want to go
go.
I know. Can you tell me your first name?
Oh, I want to go.
And I want to
Who's
get you
that?
out of here, but I do have to be able to identify you. So this boyfriend, who is this guy? What's his name?
Brett.
Brett?
Yeah, we've only been together for,
Is Brett the guy they just smoked?
only for a couple months.
Okay. What happened today? Tonight?
I just wanted to leave, and another guy messaged me and set him off, and that was that. And no, he didn't hurt me. He just pushed and shoved me around. He smashed both my phones.
Just tell me more about that. I need to get an idea of.
Fellas. And ladies too, right? Ladies and fellas. This is a message for both of y'all. If there's any ladies watching, right? If you're gonna be in a relationship, the very first moment that something like that ever happens to where you get physical, right? Especially for men. Because we're at a disadvantage, you know? The women are always gonna be believed more than the man, right? Women lie, women make up shit, right? So they're always gonna believe the woman. This is something that, especially as a man, you should take care of. But both men and women, listen, if your partner gets physical with you the very first time, you got to let them know, hey, listen, if this happens again, we're done. We are done, right? Because you don't want to get put in a position to where you have to either defend yourself or get put in a position to where now there's some lies and accusations. So that has to be a deal breaker the very first time it happens. And if it happens again, you hold your word, okay? Because next thing you know, one day it goes from a push, the next day it goes to a slap, the next day, it goes to a punch. This, it escalates, right? Over time, problems get bigger. It's not like they just stay the same. You're either going better or worse. It's one of the two. So if you're sitting there allowing someone to push you when they get mad and get physical, right? If they can't control their emotions enough, then you cut their ass off. It's that simple.
What happened?
We just got in a fight. It's on. And I was messaging another guy, and he didn't like it because this person was gonna come pick me up because I wanted to leave.
Wait. He did all that because she was texting some guy? Is that what they said? We just got into a fight, and I was messaging another guy, and he didn't like it.
It's on. And I was messaging another guy, and he didn't like it
because he said he was gonna come pick me up because I wanted to leave. I can't tell if she was trying to cheat on him or if she's a victim, like she just wanted to leave from his presence. But either way, fellas, I mean, this motherfucker's probably insane. He's probably, doesn't have it all in his head, all his marbles. But fellas, listen, if you get into a situation like this to where your woman is, you catch her cheating or texting some other guy, literally just tell her to leave. Tell her to leave. Don't sit there and try to discuss anything. Don't sit there and try to talk about anything. Especially don't put your hands on her, right? You caught her. So just let it go, right? Let her go home. Don't crash out over a woman. Next thing you know, you're going to be in prison around a bunch of men, and she's going to continue doing what she's doing. She's going to go on to the next dick. Meanwhile, you're going to be surrounded by fucking a whole bunch of men.
The person was gonna come pick me up because I wanted to leave.
Okay.
He was being weird.
So he was just
Has he
being
been
weird.
physical with you before?
No.
Okay, so this is a little out of character for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about what happened when.
So I don't think she was trying to cheat on him. I think she's just probably like a victim. Like, this motherfucker's just crazy and she just doesn't know how to get away from him.
Law enforcement got there.
They shot him. They got me out and shot him.
Did you see the shooting?
I was already out. But he had no weapons, no nothing. He was literally surrendering and he was shoot him.
What? He was literally surrendering. He was charging it. He was charging at her. I mean, at the cop. What are we, 8:39? Let me look at that one more time, because last time I checked, that motherfucker was charging him. It's not surrendering. You don't surrender running at someone.
Do you have any weapons?
Hold on.
No.
Right there, look. Does that look like a surrender to you? What kind of surrender is that? That's like those fucking memes where they're like, this is how you hand your wallet to a cop. Like, what the fuck? Talking about, oh, he was trying to surrender.
I outshot him.
Did you see the shooting?
I was already out. But he had no weapons, no nothing. He was literally surrendering and he was shoot him.
Meanwhile, Fraser regained consciousness at the hospital, where investigators interviewed him to hear his side of the story.
You said you were there arguing with your girlfriend?
Yeah.
So tell me about this argument. You said you and her were in an argument?
Yeah, we just
The fuck kind of dingy ass pistol is that?
With your girlfriend?
Yeah.
So tell me about this argument.
So whose gun is this? Is this the guy who was charging? Wait, is this the guy who was charging or the cop that shot him?
You said you
Dusty ass
and her
gun.
were in an argument?
Yeah, we just arguing.
Hey, but at the end of the day, your gun is a tool, but damn, that gun looks fucking terrible. Like, there is a certain point to where you gotta grow up as a man and not want to have a gun that's just never been scratched or anything. It's never been any nicks or anything, right? Like, your gun is a tool. Your gun is a tool for you to have for when the moment comes where you need it, you have it, right? Like, but that gun is outrageous. That shit is super fucked up.
Over what?
What was it even about? I don't even remember, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
And then the neighbor decided to call the cops.
The neighbor, do you know who this neighbor is?
So I don't know his name.
Can you explain or can you elaborate on this argument that you had with the...
He was arguing.
I'm sorry, what?
Okay, like this is another thing that, listen fellas, don't do this shit. Don't get into arguing matches with a woman, first of all, right? Like, control your emotions. If she's acting emotional, don't go along with it. Don't start arguing with her, because now you're getting into your emotional energy as well. You got to stay calm, composed, right? Not let her drag you down to that level, first of all. But second of all, screaming. Why are you screaming? Why are you yelling? That's the reason why the neighbors called the cops, because they wouldn't be calling the cops if you guys were just, having a discussion like adults. Like, no one would hear it, right? Obviously, if you go outside, right? I've had situations where, you go outside and you're in public and motherfuckers be having, women start crying and shit, having you looking like damn R. Kelly because they can't control their emotions. But listen, don't be raising your voice. And if it does get to that point, like I said about if someone puts their hands on you, what do? Hey, listen, we're going to talk to each other like adults. Or if that's not the case, then, we're not going to talk at all. It's that simple. You set that boundary from the very beginning. Because there's no reason for you to be yelling at each other to where you don't have no control over your emotions. Whatever it is that you're feeling, you can communicate it in a way that is professional. Would you go to your boss and just because you felt some type of way, would you start screaming? No. So don't tolerate that from your woman.
Just arguing.
Okay. Over, do you recall anything?
Drug, probably.
Drug? Okay. What kind of drug or drugs?
Fentanyl.
Why were you guys arguing over fentanyl?
Because we use it.
And the argument was...
Oh my goodness. They were arguing over fentanyl. That shit is bad. I'm telling you. That is exactly why I quit. I quit the perks because November 17th of 2020, I quit because it was bad. Like, I can only imagine fentanyl. Like, the addiction is literally that shit feels like it has a grasp on you. Because I used to literally get in my car after telling myself, like, opioids are no joke. That's why you gotta quit. If you start and if you're someone right now and you're popping those pills, you better quit ASAP. Because the next thing is this, and then after that's not hitting enough, right? Because that's how it starts. It starts with a 5 milligram. Take it once. Okay, cool, right? Then you take it twice. And then after that, you're like, this shit's not hitting, right? So boom, you go to a 10. Next thing you know, you're taking 2 10s. Next thing you know, you're taking 20s. Next thing you know, you're taking 30s. After the 30s don't hit, what's the next step, right? The fentanyl pills. which you can literally just overdose. But at that point, you know, people start taking that shit and they just take it because their tolerance is so high. The people that overdose are not people who take it regularly. The people who overdose are the people who, you know, get sold a fake pill. That's another danger of it, is that you can get sold a fake pill. You think you're taking some perks, but what are you taking? Fentanyl. And fentanyl's way stronger. The dealers don't care. They just put it in there so they can make some more money, right? So it can hit you stronger. They cut it up. They put it into, you know, the motherfucking pills and shit. Just so you can get. They don't care about you. They just see you as a quick buck. Next thing you know, you buy one. You take it. You overdose because it was a dose higher than your body could handle. Boom. You're out of here. You're gone forever. Like, that's the game that you're playing. And then next thing you know, you go to the pills. Next thing you know, you're shooting up. So if you're in this shit, quit early. Because that's what I did. I would tell myself, don't get in the car. Don't get in the car. Don't go buy them. And like, that shit felt like I was in the passenger seat of my own life. I was over here like, damn. Don't get in the car. Don't get in the car. Start driving over there. Buy them. Boom. Just you know, just to get high for a few hours. And that shit is something that you need to quit early, quick.
Was over what?
I don't know.
Using it, like selling it, what?
For not getting enough or whatnot, or
Okay.
even though I was the one that made the money. It's that stupid shit, just dumb stuff.
Right. So where were you at when you said they shot you?
Right outside the apartment door.
That's another thing. You don't act like yourself. Like, you are so fried out of your mind that you don't. Yeah, you're still yourself, but you act in ways that you don't even realize. You know, you don't even realize it because you're so fried that you don't see what it looks like from a sober perspective.
So you were outside of the apartment door?
It was crowded. I mean, it was crowded.
Right.
Give me 1 second.
And I mean, if you're looking like the guy was justified for it. I mean, I wasn't. I came out yelling, running at them like he's completely justified to shoot. I would have done the same too. I mean.
Tell me why. Why would you? Why do you say you would have done the same?
He felt threatened for his life.
I'm sorry. What?
Felt threatened for his life.
Why is that? What were you doing to say that?
He just didn't know if I had a gun or not. You know, I just popped out of a fucking room out of nowhere. You know.
But you yourself, what were your hands? I mean, how was your body language? Can you describe that to me?
I don't know, like not like I was like bang or nothing.
I'm sorry. What?
It's not like I like made like a handgun or nothing. Like.
It's not like you did that?
Yeah, no.
Okay. What were you doing with your hands?
I just ran out. I just ran out. Like,
Were you holding on to anything?
I think I had my phone in my hand, maybe.
Okay.
Fraser was later released from the hospital and booked into jail on unrelated warrants. Officer Needham was placed.
Let me see. I be stereotyping motherfuckers too.
Were you holding on to anything?
I think I had my phone in my hand, maybe.
Okay.
Fraser was later released from the hospital.
Yeah, if I see him, I definitely think he's on drugs. I'd be like, this guy's on drugs. Watch out for him. You know, this motherfucker might try to steal some shit. Keep an eye on him. Right? I'm telling you. Like, people might think that it's bad to stereotype, but it's fucking survival. It is survival. Right? Imagine if a lion, you know, a lion saw something every single day out in the forest, right? Or in the fields. It starts to develop pattern recognition, right? And it's just survival. Because you know, stereotyping, like DJ Ghost be saying, shout out to him, bro. I fuck with him. He be saying, stereotyping will save your life. And that shit is facts. I'm telling you. Stereotype like a motherfucker, too.
And booked into jail on unrelated warrants. Officer Needham was placed on standard administrative leave after the shooting. Investigators found Fraser's cell phone and a small bag of meth near where he was shot. The Ramsey County attorney later ruled officers were justified in their use of force. Fraser is now out of custody.
Of course.
And as of publication, no charges have been filed in connection to the alleged assault that brought police to the apartment early that morning. For exclusive clips and behind-the-scenes content
That house looks like a fucking...
of force,
looks like a nightmare.
Fraser is now out of custody, and as of publication, no charges have been filed in connection to the alleged assault that...
This is what poverty does to you. You see that? That's what poverty does to you. You fucking, well, you have two choices, right? But most people, they crumble under the pressure. And so they turn to fucking Percocets and shit like this. And so the fact that you live in poverty like this, that starts to stress you out. You start worrying about the bills. So they use the drugs as an escape from reality. But what you need to understand is that in order to get out of this, you can't be on fucking perks. Like, you gotta quit that shit ASAP. And then maybe if your reality changes and you're no longer living in an environment like this, you would feel better, right? That's the two options that you have. Because most people, they don't understand that you're not feeling depressed just because, oh, I'm just depressed. No, that doesn't exist. Yeah, okay, the doctors told you. They're trying to fucking sell you some pills. How about that? They're trying to sell you some pills. So, of course, they're going to tell you that. You need to understand how the world works. It's all about power. But you're not depressed just because. You're depressed because you're living in an environment like this. So, what's the solution? Let's work to get out of this environment and get into a better environment to where I will now have peace of mind, right? That's the key. You need to understand that shit is literally just letting you know, hey, start moving, right? Like when you get into a fire and you feel that pain, that burn, that's telling you to move, right? It's telling you to move, get out of here. It's not a bad thing. It's just a notification.
Brought police to the apartment early that morning. For exclusive...
That's the video for today. Alright guys, let me know if you like this type of content and I will keep doing more. Or if anything, I'll make a second channel. Alright, peace.